got it. I'm going right now. I'm going right now. All right, I love you too. All right, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an absolute breaking story in the world of college football. The number one overall recruit, Arch Manning, has committed to the University of Texas. And guys, we're getting major intel out of Austin, Texas in regards to Arch Manning, his NIL deal he's receiving from Texas. I've been saying Texas is desperate. They need him. And now they go from the number one overall prospect, Quinn Ewers, to the next number one overall prospect, Arch Manning. We've also got some disturbing reports coming out of Athens, Georgia in regards to Kirby Smart's reaction to this news. Many people within the program of Georgia thought they were getting Arch Manning. He's the guy they zeroed in on, and Kirby Smart, according to some high-up people in that program, are telling me Kirby Smart is completely losing it. He stripped himself. He was naked. He was running around the Georgia facilities. They've had to calm him down. Arch Manning, major news and a major reaction. But guys, Arch Manning, the NIL deal that he did receive from the University of Texas, my high-up sources in Austin have confirmed Arch Manning will be receiving $20 million over the course of the next 3 years. When he goes to Texas, his freshman year, he'll be receiving $7.5 million. His sophomore year, it'll be around $7.5 million. And then his junior year, it's around $6 million. That is the rock solid intel. I have my number one source right now in Austin, Texas, working on an absolute bombshell story. And Arch Manning gets around $20 million in NIL money. These deals are already done. He's going to accept them. He's going to get paid. And guys, Arch Manning is also apparently getting a one-on-one dinner date with Matthew McConaughey, who's been a major supporter of the Texas athletic program. So we've got huge breaking stuff right now. My sources are on top of it. And guys, when it comes to Georgia and their current situation, we have rock solid intel. Kirby Smart has absolutely lost it. He stripped himself naked. He's been running around the facility. Georgia people really thought they were getting Arch Manning, and they are completely at a loss for words right now. They're going to have to pivot and move on and try and find a new quarterback in the class of 2023. So Arch Manning, it's a $20 million NIL deal. It's a one-on-one dinner with Matthew McConaughey. That's the deal. And he commits to Texas in an absolute huge move. He's the number one overall recruit for the class of 2023, guys. I've been talking to my sources. I've been, hinting at certain things. We have a major earth-changing, college football-changing story that we will be releasing on July 4th. I'm going to do a proper video before then to kind of talk about it, to kind of hint at it. But I was just on the phone, a 5-hour conversation with my number one source who is in Texas. And guys, this story we're going to be dropping on July 4th is going to completely change college football. So we've got so much stuff going on. We've got Ohio State killing it on the recruiting trail right now. We've got Texas ponying up, getting desperate, guys. They know they're moving to the SEC. This is only going to get harder for them in terms of recruiting, in terms of the schedule is going to get tougher. You're going to have to face Alabama. You're going to have to face Georgia. You need to start getting superstar commits, and they're going to be starting Quinn Ewers this year, the former number one overall player. He'll be starting this year and next year, and then he'll pass the torch off to Arch Manning. What a significant development this is for Texas, and you really got to start wondering now, is Texas back? I know we always ask that question, but this is really the first time in forever the University of Texas has landed this type of superstar quarterbacks, especially back-to-back. You're talking about the number one overall quarterback, a perfect 1,000 rating, Quinn Ewers. And then 2 years later, you get Arch Manning. This is major stuff. This is a major development. Again, guys, it's a $20 million NIL deal and a dinner date with Matthew McConaughey for Arch Manning with his commitment to Texas. And then Georgia, they were offering 10, 12 million. We heard reports from their camps that they were very optimistic they were going to get him. But guys, right now, Kirby Smart has completely lost it. He's out of control. They can't calm him down. He's been running around the facility naked. They're chasing him. And that's still a developing story. We're still trying to get the recent reports, but we did get something right before I went live with this video that they had indeed calmed Kirby Smart down. They shot him with a tranquilizer gun, and he is right now subdued, according to UGA insiders. So that's always good to see that. Hopefully Kirby calms down. George is able to land a quarterback. But again, guys, this was a situation. It was down to Texas. It was down to Georgia. And my number one source nailed another one. I said about a month ago, this kid's going to Texas. We have perfect intel. He was going into his Texas visit with Texas and Georgia tied at the top of his list. If you're going into your final visit as a tie, the team that gets the final visit is normally going to win the recruitment, and that's what's happening. And with Arch Manning, he said, listen, I want to help build this class because they're still in on a number of high four-star receivers, Hale, Jonte Cook, guys like that. So, guys, it's going to be interesting. I'm sure Texas is going to land. How about Cedric Baxter Jr.? He's another NIL recruit that Texas is deep in on after missing out on Reuben Owens, who received $3 million and got a free, lifetime supply of Papa John's pizza for going to Louisville. So there is major stuff right now, guys. I will continue to update. I've got a massive 7-hour meeting tonight with a high-up source from the state of Texas. It's getting big. It's getting crazy. We've got these teams right now, a huge recruiting weekend across the entire industry. June 24th, the final big weekend before the dead period. Ohio State's hosting a number of guys. Alabama, Michigan, Tennessee, Texas. Texas is really going to use Arch Manning as momentum to get their class going, and they're going to be looking for skill position players. And keep your eyes on Cedric Baxter Jr., along with a number of high four-star receivers for the University of Texas. What a major get this is. Arch Manning, the current number one overall prospect. Whether or not you think he's overranked, maybe he is a little bit due to the family, but this is legitimate. This is real. He is a superstar. So is Quinn Ewers. This is the start of Texas possibly being back. Their boosters know going to the SEC, it's only going to get tougher. And what a way. You got to get this talent. You got to land the superstar quarterbacks. They want to win the Big 12 and then go to the SEC and perform well there. They know you need the overall infrastructure. And they're doing just that, guys. But that's going to do it for this recruiting update. Earth-changing news today. Arch Manning, guys. I have a bombshell I'm dropping. We'll be talking about that more next week. My number one source is hyping it up. He's sure. He has the intel that is going to completely change the world of college football. But, guys, make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.